The NFL season is already halfway over, and these are the top 10 fantasy performers of the year so far. Let me know in the comments how many of these players are on your fantasy team, and the rankings are taking into account 1 point per reception. Coming in at number 10, Kyler Murray makes the list by averaging 20.1 fantasy points per game and having 180 points total. His Cardinals are having a very poor season as they are last in their division, and he should be able to keep up the production with this running ability even though the new Call of Duty just came out. At 9, we have the first of 3 receivers on this list, and it's Stefon Diggs. He started off the season really well and has continued his production as he's averaging 23.5 points per game on a Josh Allen-led offense. Coming in at number 8 is Jalen Hurts. He has lived up to his fantasy hype so far, and he has scored a total of 196 fantasy points and has led his team to an undefeated record so far. His offense is really stacked with players like AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert that he can sling the ball to on any play and has done a great job doing it. At 7, we see the second receiver on the list and someone coming off of an historic season, Cooper Kupp. The Rams haven't been the same as they were last year, but Kupp is continuing to produce for fantasy owners across the world who spent a top pick on him, and it's looking like he won't slow down anytime soon. Austin Eckler is seen at the number 6 spot and has racked up a ton of points under the radar this year with his pass catching abilities, and definitely worth the top 5 pick most people spent on him. He's so good when it comes to fantasy football that he says he loses to himself all the time while playing it. Now we are getting into the top 5, and the 2019 MVP Lamar Jackson comes in at number 5. He started off the season extremely strong so far, and even though his wide receiver 1 will miss the rest of the year and Mark Andrews is dealing with injuries, his rushing abilities make up for it all as he has racked up a ton of rushing yards this year and has led his team to first in their division through week 9. After having many turnovers in week 1, Joe Burrow has been insane since then and is number 4 on the list. He has already thrown for a 500-yard game and has scored 205 fantasy points so far, averaging 23 points per game. The last receiver on this list is first-year Dolphin Tyreek Hill. Playing multiple games with a backup quarterback and only having 3 touchdowns on the year, he is on pace for a 2,000-yard season with his ability to get open and rack up yards after the catch. His teammate Jalen Waddle is also doing well as he is in the top 20 for fantasy points. Patrick Mahomes comes in at number 2 and has had some insane games as well so far this year. Averaging 26 points per game, he is one of the MVP favorites, and despite losing Tyreek Hill in his offense, he is still the second best fantasy quarterback in the league so far. Notice how I said the second best fantasy quarterback, because Josh Allen has been the best so far. He was going as QB1 in many fantasy drafts, and rightfully so. He has been that so far, averaging 28 points per game and scoring a total of 223 points. His rushing ability combined with his throwing ability has turned him into a 2022 MVP favorite. If you guys liked this video or found any of it surprising, let me know and make sure to subscribe if you made it to the end of the video.